Hi, adventurers. Welcome to Once Upon a Game, Season 2, Episode 22. Once Upon a Game is a story game indie one-shot show hosted by me. I'm Eric. I'm EricVulgaris here on the internet. And today I found four awesome friends to come and play story games with me today. So let's go around the table and introduce a little bit about ourselves and say who we are and all that kind of stuff. So let's start with let's go around counterclockwise. So Mark, you would be next. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm great. Great. Good to be here.
Cool. So Mark, rumor has it that you are a game designer.
This is true. I
Oh,
am.
you do anything as of late? Anything interesting or fun, or maybe someone you know? Maybe you helped
Yeah.
co-design something.
I am one of two members of Less Than Three Games, less3games.com. Check it out.
Yeah.
And my wife, Caroline Hobbs, is the other half and the better half. She recently released Downfall, which I believe has been played on this show a couple of times.
Yeah.
And we also have one other game on our website right now you can get for free, which is called One Missed Call that Caroline and I designed together.
Yeah. See, it was actually a little bit about that. I was
Oh,
going to
sure.
play that this Wednesday. However, I had two other friends want to be immediately jump in. I've been trying to play with them forever, and then all of a sudden you can't play it with more than two people.
It's a
And
two-player game.
so we
Yeah.
ended up playing a yet amazing game of It Was a Mutual Decision. But
Mm.
yeah, one Missed Call is an awesome game, and I was really interested in seeing how it's going to play out on the internet, like for real. So
Yeah, because you could totally. I mean, yeah, it's made for
yeah.
that. It's great.
So
So
yes,
yeah,
it's cool, super cool game, and I'm super happy to have you on here, Mark.
good to be
So
here. Thank you.
yeah, so moving, keeping it going. Adam Tuxtradamus, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing awesome. I'm also very excited to be here. I've heard great things about the game we're going to be playing, so I'm super excited for that. For me, I've been on here a lot. You've probably seen me because I'm one of the regulars. Um, uh, I'm also a streamer of sorts. I do video games. I do tabletop stuff. I'm on a lot of people's channels doing a lot of things, and it's super awesome and fun. So I am once again very excited to be here.
Yes. Oh, I know. I'm so happy to have you back here. And last but not least, Hayden, what's up?
Hello, I am Hayden, otherwise known as Hyperion. Lots of places on the internet,
Yeah.
and hopefully today, knock on wood, my internet's not going to go out while in the middle of the show like it did last time.
Yeah, that was pretty hard.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So let's move over to a little bit about the game and what we're going to be playing today, and a little bit about story games in general. We all may or not have played anything together or know who we are. So we just a quick little like ground rules and stuff because I know we all love games so much, but because we don't really know what may or may not be a problem for us, the big overarching rule, the rule that would trump all other rules, these things is sort of like the veil or the X card rule. So if you're ever uncomfortable with anything, any sort of content or material that comes up into a game, be it talking dolphins or like spiders crawling out of somebody's skin or something, you can just whisper me or like say the group like, hey, can we X that out? Or if you don't really feel comfortable bringing it up that way, you can do it more privately if you need to. And like magic, we will just go, it's gone, it's out of there. Or if you're okay, and you just want to veil it and be like, listen, like I'm okay with this, but can we just fade to black here or something? Also cool. That's called the veil. We can absolutely willing to work with that. Once again, you don't have to explain why. Um, that's the most important part. We may ask some clarifying questions about like, okay, so if you don't want to see this, like, is this going to be okay for you, or something like that. But other than that, we trust you because this is supposed to be a show where you're supposed to feel safe and have fun, and it's really hard to do both. Um, so before we begin, are we all cool with that major ground
Yep.
rule?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Awesome, cool, because that is the foundation of fun that we're going to be building on today. So, as we all know, story games are games where player content and imagination is sort of like the primary impetus. The rules will guide us in a certain way. However, it is our imagination and our just differences in how we're interpreting the fiction that really make the game amazing and awesome and fun, and really like that's the fuel for our ship to the moon. To the moon. Um, How do you best leverage that imagination is by listening to your fellow players, listen to their ideas and their suggestions. Try to tie back in things that they're talking about back when it's your turn instead of just being like, no, wouldn't it be better if we did this or something like that? Like, no, just trust that other people are doing some cool stuff and try to tie back that stuff back in. The second one is don't try too hard. State the obvious. Just go with whatever's in your brain because, like I said earlier, we're all going to have different ideas of what's actually going on in our heads. I know even if someone was being extremely clear and we all have something very, very almost identical, it won't always be identical. Sometimes you will end up getting something that's slightly different, and that's why we play games, because that sort of like mutation is exactly what we want to see, and when we kind of that the imperfection of information transmission is basically the one of the key things of gaming, and how different ideas spin off and mutate is what we want to see. So don't stress, don't try to be super cool all the time. Sometimes just going for the expected, the average in your brain, because to other people that might have been mind-blowing. That's like the other cool thing. And then last but not least would be to like steal from like every single thing you ever played, every book you've ever read, previous games ideas, maybe ideas from various VODs that you watched on my YouTube channel, from Twitch or youtube.com/EricVulgaris, anything like that. Just take from everything, be like a vulture and just eat the hearts out of anything you've ever seen. Because that is how you come up with really cool things in games. It's just reinterpreting and just building off other giants of culture and ideas. Okay, so with that sort of like primer here, let's jump into Once Upon a Game's House of Reeds. So the 20,000 foot view for House of Reeds is that it's a game about families, and it's about a house and a home, and most importantly, it's about what those words mean. Because that will be kind of what we're going to be exploring through play here. So we're going to take turns, starting off coming up with sort of like our setting and our idea of where we want this world to be. Because what a home could be a traveling spaceship that we are lost, a la like Battlestar Galactica or something like that. It could be a little like alchemist shop in the middle of a city. You could do any sort of like setting or genre really, because homes and families are almost universal in anything as long as there's people involved, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Then we're going to jump in and try to come up with a little bit of what our themes of our game what they kind of want to be, and we do that through the form of picking cards that will help us frame scenes in our game. And then when we actually start playing, we will just go ahead and on your turn you will be describing a little scene about whatever the card says, and then basically passing. So there's not a lot of role playing in this game. There will be some, but it's mostly about if you ever played Microscope, it's mostly like dictated scenes. It's often the best way of looking at it. However, you can absolutely have some dialogue if you really want to, and then just ask for people to play certain characters if you want, or if it's obvious that somebody should be playing a character, we can do that as well. Okay, so that's sort of like the quick overview of the game. So come up with a setting, come up with our deck of cards, and draw a map of our house, and then make scenes is going to be basically what we're doing today. So let's begin. So any ideas for our setting today? Anybody saw any particular like movie or like read any cool books lately? They'd be like, yeah, I want to do like sci-fi, or I want to do Western, or I want to do, something like that, something genre maybe, and then we can drill in from there.
Feudal Japan.
Yeah, Feudal Japan would be pretty good, considering we were supposed to play Kagematsu today.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure I could accurately or even remotely accurately portray that.
Oh, remotely accurately portraying anything is not Once Upon a Game strong.
Yeah. Especially when you play vampires and Monster Hearts and whatnot.
Yeah. So we could do, feudal. I just said it, but like I think maybe like Wild West would be cool.
Ooh.
Like a ranch.
Yeah. Sounds interesting. Now, would this be like homesteaders, or more like in a town and there's some kind of
Oh, I was thinking homesteaders because that might be different. So
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
you want to go for that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So we decided the setting for our game today will be a western. Cool. So that means we have to ask a little bit of like clarifying questions about this kind of stuff. So we're gonna do a western. What's the approximate era that we're gonna be playing in? I mean, it's just very
Like-
traditional western. Just
Yeah, like prior to the Civil War, so pre 1860s.
Mhm.
okay. Okay. So very much a like historical kind of
Mhm.
setting of western.
Yeah.
And are we cool with it being like a ranch, like as Mark was saying, like homesteaders type people, or should it be like in a city?
I think if we're that early in time, it feels like it would be more like a lone, ranch or people really trying to start
Mhm.
a life out there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
it's like fairly close to something. So like there is like a little connection, but it's mostly focused on this out in the wherever ranch or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
The next question would be then like architecture would be like the shape of this home. Is it so? I guess we kind of answered that though. It's going to be sort of like they built it themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh yeah.
pioneering kind of type people.
Mhm.
And then
Salt to the earth. We built this with our
Salt-
bare hands.
salt to the
Yeah.
earth is the best way of putting it. Okay, cool. So then
My
that means
father's father built this house.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Okay. That's all we kind of needed for the setup. Except for now these cards. So on your screen here, looking at Roll20, there's a ton of cards, and the way this game's going to work is that all of the cards that are in capital letters. I know this is one of my big gripes with the game is that sometimes it's difficult to tell which cards are which here. But all the cards in all capital letters are all automatically in the deck. That is sort of like your basic deck pack. Those are the cards that were all automatically going to be in there. So cards like Build, Move, Pain, Conflict Support, etc., etc. They're already in the game. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking around at these lowercase cards. For example, Faith, Shame, Triumph, Ancestors, Food, Difference. And we're going to be each choosing one card. Because normally you're supposed to kind of like do it by elimination. But this would just be faster if we just all grabbed our favorite card. And we're gonna, once you tell me what cards you want to do, I'll go ahead and throw it into this Roll20 deck that I made of these cards, so they can be cycled in and see play. So a big part of what makes these games unique every time is not only coming up with a different setting every time you want to play this game or anything like that. You can also completely change the tone of a game based on what kind of cards you throw into the deck here. Okay, so these cards should be emphasizing sort of like conflicts or themes or tones that you want to see in this game. So I'll give you all a minute to kind of review the different kind of cards and what they could suggest, and then let me know what you guys are thinking. If you're torn between two cards, maybe talk it over because maybe somebody else wanted one of those cards anyways.
I'm interested in community.
Ooh,
Is
Yeah.
anybody else jumping on that one? Okay, that's my choice then.
Cool. I was looking Aspire.
Yeah, that's cool.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aspire, community.
And I was looking at Eros because you can't have like if it's the theme of this month.
Oh,
Good.
all right. Let me go ahead and add these cards. And I was thinking about difference.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. So let me go ahead. Let me just add all of these. I just added Eros. Got to add community.
Some great words.
Yeah. I really like. I'm a big fan of this designer. He's also. I have to say that he's also a really good friend of mine. So. Aspire. And so Aspire, community, Eros, and difference. couldn't remember. Actually, I kind of want to change it though. Scarcity seems to make more sense though for this setting.
Yeah.
It's very on the nose.
Yep.
I mean, you know,
I'm
anything
gonna
could work.
I'm gonna audible
yeah.
and make it scarcity.
Okay.
Yeah, literally anything could work.
'Cause if you can't make it or grow it, you don't have it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So now I can remove the cards here. I'm gonna shuffle the new deck that we just made here. Okay, and now the next thing that we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be coming up with characters. So we have 4 characters, little cards here. We can all just take one of these, and we're all going to come up with a name, an age, and sort of a little description of our character for our town, for our little homestead. Does anybody want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Can you say one more time what information I'm doing?
Oh yeah, sure. So we're making characters now, and when we make characters, the three most vital parts are your name, what your age is, and a brief little description of your character. But it's also important to note that you don't, just because you're making this character, it doesn't necessarily mean that you own this character, and you'll be playing this character exclusively.
Okay. So this character's name is Henry, and
All right. Yeah, I will. If you want, I will go ahead and type this stuff in.
Okay.
I'll transcribe everything you say.
oh, cool. I see. There it is. Henry is 16, and he is a spry, very bright-eyed young man, but he has a very short temper, and is he's very sort of not self-absorbed, but like he's very proud. So he really wants to be like the best at anything he does. And if he isn't, he gets really frustrated and like angry at himself, and then he might lash out at other people or
Almost
like turn inward and be
almost fiercely independent.
Yeah, he's very independent, but he's also critically like at the same time he's like critically addicted to other people praising him because he needs to validate that he's the best, you know.
No, you're not just describing anybody that I've ever met. No, we haven't never seen that before.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, that's really good. Ooh. Okay. I have a character if nobody else wants to go.
Sure.
Yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh, I already had this right size font. Her name's going to be Sophia. Sophia is 8. And I think Sophia is the younger sister to Henry. And Sophia is almost the complete opposite of Henry. Sophia is very much a dreamer. She loves to go out and play and run around in the butterfly fields, watch leaves fall, watch the hares run across the fields, and laugh and draw with a stick into the dirt. Just wacky drawings and designs whenever she can. She's very well, in a way that she's similar to Henry would be the independence, in that she never really needs friends. Her friends are mostly maybe in her head. Very much like just attuned with the natural world. Once again, dreamy, like a dreamer kind of character, or not necessarily like an oracle, but like you know what I mean? Like, is that okay?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Imaginative in her own
Yeah.
head.
When she talks, does she sound like older than she is? Does she sound wise, or does she sound like childish?
No, I like that idea that she does sound. She asks very, very mature questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
You want to go, Tux?
Yeah, I've got an idea. Thinking of is his name's Walter. He's 45, and he's like the conservative head of the ranch. like he's the guy that's in charge. Like does a bunch of stuff, but he's mostly like tells everybody else like go tend to the fields, take care of the horses and everything. I guess he's like conservative. He's very much like stuck in his ways. Like he has a routine. He sticks to it. And he's pretty happy where he is, like where everything is. Like not too many problems, not too much going wrong, so things are good. Why do things need to change?
Is he very strict and like is black and white for him, or?
Yeah, it's like if you're like in line with what he's thinking, then he's totally calm and pleasant. But like if you're like, well, actually, I was thinking I was gonna go like ride the horses for a while. Like I told you to go watch the cows or whatever. So like he can be very strict, but it's also like it's a little odd in that like if it's not a bother to him, then it's okay. But if it's going to bother his idea of how things should be, then he'll let his criticism be known. Yeah.
Not a guy you want to cross, basically.
Right, yeah. Like he'll be entirely pleasant, like if you're like meeting him for the first time and it's like, oh no, yeah, we're just having dinner, it's great. And then he'll turn on you if it's just anything that's like out of line or anything.
Don't like the peas?
Something you didn't mention.
My wife spent all day making those peas.
She went to the pea mines. So I have a question for you, Adam. When you brought up Walter, something you did not say is that you are the parent of Henry or Sophia. Was that intentional?
Not intentional, but not something
I was thinking of a father figure for them.
Okay.
I mean, just logistically, if the ranch is really big, they would hire people probably to help them.
Yeah.
So theoretically, he could just be like the owner, but these aren't his kids. But I'm good either way, and it tightens the relationship if they are. So
if you're if you're not absolutely fixed on that idea, and then maybe through play, if somebody establishes something or another, that's totally fine. Okay, I wanted to know if that's on the table or not, basically. Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's maybe something can figure out. I'm open. Okay. It's open. I guess we'll leave it.
Cool. Absolutely. Great. Okay.
So, I think like Jeff or Jeffrey spelled like Geoffrey, and he is the uncle of Henry and Sophia, and their father I think died maybe. And then I am like their legal guardian.
Oh yeah. What do you call? What? I think there's a term for it, but yeah, it's the idea that when there's a widower, someone else steps in and helps out the family. Back then, I don't know what you call it.
I don't remember.
Yeah, there's probably a word.
Yeah,
probably.
Okay. Probably has to do with horses because all the old words have to do with horses, right? So. Anyway.
And he is very like he does what needs to be done, but as long as something doesn't need to be done, he doesn't care what you do. So like as long as the work gets done, you could just goof around. He doesn't care. But and I would say he's either working for or is like equal with Walter, and he's like I think he's like 30, 36, 37, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Younger, yeah. But not so much that it matters really.
Right.
But yeah, I say 36 for the purposes. Awesome. Okay. Not a lot of girl characters, but that's fine.
Can we add more?
There will be opportunities to add characters in the game.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Cool.
So the next some of the cards let you do that. Just how some of the cards mean that some people might be departing. And it's a departure literally could be death or something else.
Got it, yeah.
Okay. So,
They've
after
been voted off the ranch.
Yeah. Oh god, it's a game show the whole time.
Total drama ranch.
Yeah. So the next thing we're going to be building rooms. So we're going to go around the table. And we're each going to be drawing a room that sort of represents a space for a scene. It doesn't necessarily have to be all the rooms are connected. It's much more impressionistic than it is literal.
Similar to the other stuff, is rooms not like a completely literal term? Like a room could be like something on the ranch, or does it
Oh
have to
yeah,
be...
no, like a room
Okay,
could be
yeah.
a field or something like that.
Okay, yeah,
Yes, totally. It's okay.
Typical
I muted.
animals.
Yeah, I muted it.
Are they like? Yeah, they're fighting over there.
Yeah,
They're having a little
they're fine.
little rough house.
Okay. So does anybody want to go first with drawing their first room? Because once again, rooms are for where scenes are going to happen. Rooms are going. That's really all it means. It's the game is actually, since it's about asking what is a home and that kind of stuff. What comprises of a room is very, very subjective, and so.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
Do you want me to draw it on
Yeah,
D20?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it would be important though if we all draw the room as is. So underneath the little eye symbol, underneath the cube, third one down, has a freehand tool and the draw shape tool and stuff like that for drawing on that.
Okay, there it is. Cool. All right. Well, this is gonna look terrible, but
Oh yeah, don't worry
I'll
about
do
it.
my best anyway.
Mouse draw.
So I'll tell you what it is first, and then I'll draw it. This is the kitchen / dining room of the ranch. It's a pretty large room, and there's a big potbelly iron stove here that the family has, whoever. Since we said they built the house, they had to bring it in. Like they didn't make it, but they got it. It's a very nice item for them to possess, I guess is what I'm saying. And then there's also like a fireplace, and they can cook there. And there's like a big table and a bunch of chairs and stuff. So let me see here.
It's very much the hearth of the house.
Yeah, and it's a combination because the kitchen area. I'm just gonna kind of start a space here. So this is like, and it kind of balloons out this way.
Oh yeah.
Something like that. So like here I can change the color. So the stove is kind of like over here in the corner. Got a little pipe that goes out. And then there's like a fireplace over here in this corner. And then, yeah, and there's like probably like a big table. There's probably a fill tool, but I don't know. And some chairs that are around the table that look like L's. L chairs.
As all pioneer chairs do.
Right. Now I think, do I include things like windows and doors, or is that?
Yes, that's a really good point. So I'm glad you brought that up, Mark. So yes, you can include windows and doors. However, you should refrain from saying what's beyond. What do the windows peer out into, or what the door opens to?
Okay.
Got it.
That would be the last step of creation before we can begin play.
Okay. So just to finish clarifying, this obviously hearth has a chimney. That's what this brick colored piece is here. And then I believe there's a window here and here. There's 2 windows where these blue lines are.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to see if I can do this right. There's a door here that, let's say it opens this way. And then there's a door maybe over here. That's good. Yeah. It opens like this. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
That's the sloppy kitchen room.
Cool.
I have an idea if nobody else wants to go.
Go for it.
So I think what I'm going to do is I was going to do the attic of the barn. So like the loft, basically, as my room. So it would be, I'm going to put it over here. I should use a straight line for this. going to use the freehand tool. So, the way you get up into the loft is that there is a ladder going down. So I imagine that whole space is open and goes to the ground, like this. And so then the loft space is up here. I believe there will be a large window, or more like a hole in the barn, about over here, that looks out somewhere. But up here, it's relatively sparse. There's some hay that's scattered around. Oh, why? Hay should not be blue. I'm sorry. That's a mistake. Mistakes were made.
We have fancy hay.
Royal hay. So there's like hay and straw, and patches up here. Oh, that went. Apparently, it sticks to the wall as well. So it's super.
Oh, it must be a video game.
Yeah.
Multi-dimensional hay. Yeah, that's what we farm out here.
There is a
Good video game.
there's a chest. There's a chest up here.
Oh yeah, totally a video game.
Yep, absolutely.
Da, 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 da.
So, but it's a really hard lock. So we'll have to upgrade our lockpicking skill.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's upgrading your lockpicking skill
Yeah.
is essential to House of Beats.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a mimic. Who knows?
Okay. I think that's all I'll throw in here for now. As a loft space. In the
Is
barn.
it one more question about the barn? Is the barn really well built, or is like the loft? Is there like holes out through the roof, or is it like?
Oh, that's a great idea. No, there's definitely holes in the roof. If I was a more clever draw person, I would show like sunlight rays coming down into the roof through the various holes. Yeah, the barn is in need of repair.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Okay.
It's like a sitting-ish kind of room, right off the kitchen. I can. There we go. And then,
Eric,
Yes.
I think if I remember right, I've only played this once, but can you add doors to other rooms if you need to, like, or do you just have to use the ones other players have already made?
No, I'm pretty sure you can add doors.
Okay.
okay. And then there's like maybe a couch-ish kind of deal here. And then like maybe this is a room where Walter and Jeff make plans and discuss things as far as the running of the ranch goes.
Mhm.
And there's like a desk and maybe some chairs.
Yeah. So something that the book says about the rooms and doors and that kind of stuff is that like you shouldn't worry too much about rooms joining up perfectly. A house can be pretty strange. Multi floors are also fine. The rooms don't necessarily represent every single room that exists. There's other rooms that exist in the house and stuff like that. They're just not where scenes will take place unless you want them to be.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, just a sitting room. Smoke your pipe or whatever.
Does it have any windows?
Yeah, because this is the side of the house, I would assume that there would also be windows here.
Okay. Or is it more like man cave kind of impression I got?
Yeah, I think there's similar windows in this one as they are in the dining room.
Where's the small fridge where we keep our monster?
I think that's like one of the squares next to the desk.
All right. Were you all set with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Yep. I've got an idea for a room. Mine's going to be like the large kind of like fenced-in field where we do the horse stuff.
The corral?
Yes, that's a word. The corral. Yes.
The coral.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, I just thought about like an undersea ranch, and it's like seahorses, and it's a cool.
Yeah.
Whoa. Change the whole thing to be underwater. It'll be optimal.
So there is there's a change my things actually draw stuff better, but like there's like a fence here, like the gate that leads to the barn or the stables and stuff where the horses are actually kept right there. And then it's a like pretty big size thing so they can actually take them around and let them exercise and do their
This
thing.
is where we break horses.
Yeah, like where we break them, train them. Because I also think like maybe they like part of what they do is like breed horses or something and like take them to the town to sell or whatever. And so like there's like the horse jumping things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not dressage. It's I don't know. Just jumping Olympic. Or
Yeah,
acrobatics.
equestrian.
You got the word
Equestrian,
right.
Yeah.
I think it is
Hop
dressage.
'em over.
No.
And then for something a little more vague. Hopefully this doesn't look too bad, but there's like a big patch of dirt over here that no one's ever really dealt with. A mound of dirt.
Oh, a mound of dirt. Okay.
Okay.
It's
Hey, Walter, we need to get on
just
that
a
pound of dirt.
giant mound of dirt.
Is there something like in it? I mean, what is there like a hole next to it? It's just there. We just built the fence around it. We're like, I don't know. I guess we'll just.
I think maybe it was like forms or something. When they were like moving stuff up, it was like they had to like it wasn't like a big. It was not like a big hole next to it. It was just kind of like stuff that they cleared out. Like so, it's like a big. It's like not just dirt. They like the area they built this in wasn't too to what they wanted it for, so they kind of like redo the ground. In this
They
area.
leveled it. Is that what you mean?
Kind of, yeah.
Yep.
And so like all the leftovers are there, and it
Yeah.
was kind of it just never kind of got dealt with.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's just been kind of just building up because no one's taking care of it.
And Walter's
Okay.
told them time and time again, get rid of that damn pile of dirt.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Nice. I think that's our 4 scenes here. So we're pretty much ready to begin. Oh, the view shed. We need to describe now at this point what our windows and things look out onto.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just continue around the table. Yeah.
Sure. So these two windows here. Well, actually, I guess I'm gonna probably, because since these windows are all facing the same direction, I'm kind of establishing a fair bit for you as well.
Go for it.
Basically, I think this is actually forest back here. But I wanted to quickly ask you guys, where is this ranch? Because like I was imagining Oregon, like Willamette Valley. It's sort of wooded.
Oh.
It's rather than like say dusty cacti. I mean, we could do either one. It doesn't matter. I just want to know so we have an idea.
Oh,
I mean,
think
that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that more. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the stereotypical one, which I really like.
So it's a little more like Oregon Trail than like Yeehaw Gunslinger
Yeah.
thing, you know? So this is a piney forest
Awesome.
out here. I'm just going to make horrible top-down view of trees. Look at those guys.
Oh man, those are beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful.
God.
Oh, beauty, eh?
Next gen graphics right there.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
Are you gonna make
Like-
Twitch emotes?
So there's more. Imagine there's like more trees than that. But I think the woods are basically, this is the side of the house where the forest starts. And then like the other stuff may be another orientation to the house. Now there might be woods here, or you can decide there, Hayden, if that's what you want to do on that side.
Okay. I think there's like a porch out going around here. So like maybe there's some rocking chairs or something like that. Out.
Well, is that a room itself or?
The
'cause
porch.
That sounds like it would be a room itself, right?
Oh really?
I think it would, yeah.
Okay.
Which sounds like a room.
So what more? let's think more like further down the line. So sure, there could still be a porch, but
Right.
after the porch,
Okay,
what are you looking out onto?
Maybe there's some mountains way out in the distance.
Okay,
I mean,
so you have a view of like the Olympics or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Draw some mountains. Wow.
Beautiful mountains, right?
Oh yeah.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Just imagine they're much further away, because then otherwise they're like,
Yeah.
where's
Well, no, these
the
are
mountain.
tiny, so this is just way out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You could fit an entire mountain inside
We're not right
our
next to the
Monster
forest.
Energy drink fridge.
Yeah.
hmm So I get the impression, do we live in a valley or on a plain? And the mountains are, either way, the mountains are far away, but if we live in a valley, they might be closer. You know what I mean?
I think we live in a plain, maybe, because we could do farming and whatnot, and we have a lot of area to spread out.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm digging that. I think my window up on the in the loft of the barn, I think that overlooks the field, the corral.
Okay. Cool.
I think that makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. All right, that will do it for setup, I think.
Awesome.
Yep. So we made characters.
Should we place where the corral is in relation to the house? And the,
Yeah, I think so.
I think just I'll just make some arrows or something. Just kind of like that's kind of generally how it is. Like the house is in that direction, like standing in the center of the field. You look up, you look that way. The house is over there. You see the barn if you look to the left, and then this. Let's see, over kind of this way to the right of it. I guess. Yeah, like there's just like fields and plains like in this direction.
Farming stuff. Yeah.
I think the house is is facing all of that, and these two rooms that that Mark and I have are on the back side of the house.
Yeah, that was what I was feeling too.
This, so like fields and plains and such.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Okay. Cool. So then we're gonna do. I think we're ready to play now.
Okay.
So quick recap about what we're going to be doing when it's your turn to play. We're going to be creating scenes, which are basically, if you've ever seen a movie ever, that's what you're going to be doing. Just trying to describing a quick little vignette kind of what's going on. If you want to do something a little bit longer, that's fine too. Just let us know, and we'll accommodate it. But what's going to happen is that we're all going to take turns. We're all going to take turns saying one scene. They do not have to happen chronologically in the same order. However, it is established that they're all going to happen within the same year time frame, because once we all go and rotate around and do our scene, a year will pass and all of our characters will get older.
Okay.
Okay, so this is much about a game that happens over time.
Got it. Okay.
So what's going to happen is you're going to draw a card, and the card's going to give you your kind of like, hey, this is what our scene's going to be about, the sort of theme or emotion or conflict that's going to happen. It's up to you to figure out how to interpret that. It could be literal or it could be figurative in some cases. And then you kind of have a lot of authority when you have those scenes to establish and create things. And in some way, you're going to mark the map and edit it in a way that the scene leaves either a temporary or a lasting mark on that room. Based on what you play. So this game is going to be a lot of you're going to see a lot of things end up changing in the houses and shift around and that sort of stuff. And so once you do that, you pass on you end your turn, and someone else will go, and they'll pick up either right after you chronologically or maybe beforehand. The game suggests that you start with a season as a way of doing it. But it's complete. I find this game season will probably be a good idea, but not every game season works. Like I did a space game before, and Just
Yeah, it makes no difference.
it's
Yeah.
winter in space. It looks a
All
lot
the
like
asteroids
summer.
are in bloom.
It's still cold.
Yeah, the algae's in bloom. Yeah. So that's just a quick little guideline, quick little recap. It's no big deal. Does anybody know how they want to start the game?
I think I have one if that's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Awesome.
Also, real quick. So we just made these characters, and I always said you don't own these characters, and what I mean by that, in case you don't know, is that you can use any of the characters in a scene, right? You can make them do whatever you want, not just the character that you created.
Okay.
That's why I do not put names of who made which character on the card. Okay.
So I was thinking it's like winter, right?
Sure.
And so it's probably a little bit snowy, maybe not. I don't know, but so like food is getting like really low because it's the winter, and maybe we see Walter out having an argument with maybe there's another ranch hand or something like that, and he's having an argument because he's been taking more food than has been allotted to him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you have a name for the ranch hand?
Robert
Cool.
or Bobby, I don't know. Yeah, I think it ends with one of them pulling a gun because the argument gets too heated,
Oh man.
and
Hold
I'm
on.
thinking,
Did you didn't
sorry.
draw a card?
oh, sorry, missing
No,
the
I was like,
game part of
I
this.
got
All right.
super sucked into what you were saying. I didn't realize it till right now either, because I was like, oh yeah, let's see where this is going.
Do I draw? Okay, I draw.
I'll deal a card to you.
Okay. All
You
right.
have a card now. The way the cards work in this game is that a card will come up and hover over your little name in the bottom left.
Yep, I see it.
And then you
That
can,
is not where I was going, but all right.
and you can drag it out.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Joy.
Oh, joy. Okay.
Yeah, like not even close to where I was going. Can I make it bigger?
Yes, I'll do it for you. There you go.
Oh.
You can drag on it in the corner.
Yeah.
Cool thing about Roll20 is that I think their graphics are all basically vectors, so they can do that kind of stuff.
All right.
If you want, though,
Okay.
so the viewers can see it, I'm gonna put it up here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
So it says, "Show how family members share happiness."
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that changes how you want to do your winter
A
scene.
lot different. Maybe maybe the four characters and maybe a couple other characters are sitting around the table eating, and maybe it's like their last like meal before like hard winter sets in.
Okay. So how will you modify the room to reflect this meal?
Wow, that's difficult. There's not a whole lot that could be modified to show joy, but or in this joyous occasion. Because if it's like anger or something, it's very easy because something's broken. But wow, that's difficult. Ask for help.
So sure. So
Okay.
So you need to tell us something about the room that is different. This might be big. It might be semi-permanent, or fleeting. It could be something just like the example in the book. It says, "The golden morning light is caught in clouds of steam from the bath." Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be even drawn or something like that.
Okay.
You could just describe something about that is in this scene.
If I could throw an idea at you,
Yeah, go for it.
is it a holiday?
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
I
What
was
would
gonna go with
be
that as well.
there? like,
Christmas?
around that
Yeah.
time? Oh, Christmas. That works.
Yeah. Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you reflect? What does Christmas look like for this meal? What comes out?
Maybe there's like a big bird, like or some kind of game animal, not necessarily a bird, but
Yeah.
like maybe even a deer. Like some venison is on the table, and
Would be good.
yeah,
Yeah.
that too. and maybe there's some like decorations around, like very like rudimentary decorations, if
Yeah.
that's the right word.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you want to draw that?
Sure. Where is? There we go. Freehand. Green. All right. I'm gonna try to draw a wreath, like hanging in the window or something. God, this is awful. This is. And then.
Oh, that's great. No, that's perfect.
Wow, that's perfect. Yeah, that's the best. You're the best.
And then let me
I
get
saw
some
that
red.
exact wreath on HGTV.
I think I can make that on. I think I saw how to
Got a
do
little
that.
bow in there. All right. There we go.
Oh, that's beautiful now. Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely doesn't look like the Grinch is looking inside. I'm sorry. It's a happy wreath.
Now I want to do a Whoville House
Oh
of
my
Wreath
God.
game.
Oh
That would
my
be so great.
That would be a
That
lot
would
of
be
fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think that's it.
cool.
Yep. So now I'm going to. How do I discard the card? How do you discard a card?
Yeah, maybe you just delete it.
Does it go back in the deck if you do that, or?
Well, if it does, we'll just not. We'll just redraw.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Because if I remember right, Eric, there's a couple cards that get shuffled back in.
Yes, they
right?
do. Yeah, there are a couple cards that reshuffle the whole deck. So, all right. So we just saw Joy. Since Hayden, you just went. I guess it would make sense then if I know in the video call we have things set up here, but on the actual screen here it goes Hayden, me, Mark, and Adam. So let's just maybe just do it that way.
Sounds good.
So I'll deal myself a card. Doop -doo -doo. Oh, scarcity.
Oh,
Mm.
perfect. Winter.
Something vital is in short supply. How does the family cope? What damage is done?
See, this
So
would have
I'm
worked
thinking-
way better for my scene.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what I immediately think of would be hunting. And so I think food. Yeah, I think food being scarce would. No, I'm sorry. I got it. Something that's scarce for now would be heat. I think.
Ooh.
I think that it is a very, very, very cold winter, and so I think what we see is that all day and night we see the hearth kind of burning much hotter and higher as much as possible to get as much heat as they can to this house, as the windows like are almost permanently frosted. There's a really just absolutely near zero breeze. And so I'm just going to edit the hearth and have it very, very illuminated and radiant. So warmth is in scarce supply.
Mhm.
So I think we see Sophia. I think the scene will probably end with like Sophia and Henry like bundled up together in front of the hearth as they like try to like sleep restlessly in the middle of winter.
Cool.
Okay, Mark.
Okay. Let's see. You deal me a card, or do I click draw? I guess I can just draw. Maybe. Let's see. There we go.
Cool.
Okay. So I got. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna make it bigger. I can't seem to make it bigger. I think you have to make it bigger. Okay, build. Cool. I'm gonna build something.
Yep. So
What's
build. You can draw a new card. optionally, you can add a room to the map.
I'm totally gonna add a room to the map. I like adding rooms to the map. Okay, so maybe I'll draw my new card first so I can see what it's gonna be, just to give me some thing. Oh, great. Okay, disaster. There we go. That's fun.
Oh.
All right, cool. Okay, so I'm going to draw the stables. The stables are going to be, you already drew this connection here, Adam,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go ahead and just draw.
I'm gonna give us awesome more space to draw in here.
Okay, let's see. So the stables are pretty much what you would think. Like there's kind of they're kind of like, I don't know, they look kind of like this. So where's my lines? There we go. There's like, oops, that's not right. Polygon? I don't want polygon. Shift. Okay. There's like, nope, that's not right. Whatever. Go to the freehand. So there's like stalls, for the horses to be in here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
Like you've been to the county fair or whatever, you've seen
Yeah.
stalls, and the horses come in and they live there. And then there's like, this is kind of a bad representation, but the door actually, this doorway here actually leads through the side right there. That's where the doorway goes in. Mm-hmm. And then over here, there's just kind of like a normal human door that we can walk in and out of. Okay, yeah, so the stables are also like, is there an eraser tool? Maybe, no. Maybe not.
No, I think you have to select stuff to delete it.
Oh, I select this one, maybe? No, that's not right.
There is a blank thing that you can draw with, like a blank color. The little go to like freehand or whatever, and then you can click on the grid next to the color you chose.
The transparent.
Yeah, that's that should work maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could just do it this way. If I do filled.
Yay, collaborative paint.
There. There we go. I figured it out. Okay. Over here in the corner. Sorry, I'm almost done. This is where we keep, all the straw for the horses to eat. Just a big pile of straw.
Now, is that the downstairs at the barn?
Or
the loft, rather?
No. I think that the stables and the barn are separate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe the barn's for like storage and that's for like animal housing. Okay.
Right. Well, and the stables only house the horses.
Okay.
The barn maybe houses other animals that we have.
All right.
I think that's it. Anyway, the stables are collapsing, so that's the disaster. Basically, we see a scene. It's I think that it's early spring, and no, you know what? Let's just keep it in winter. So what happens is the weather turns warm for a few days, and it rains a lot, and so everything is soaking wet. And then there's a flash freeze, and now there's like all the water everywhere is frozen.
Oh god,
and
yeah.
This cracks one of the big trees that is just
A support beam. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it cracks the beams in a half. That's good. Yeah, that's a little more accurate. So one of the beams in this half of the stables cracks, and the whole roof collapses. It kills one of the horses that's inside. So half the stables kind of fall in on themselves, like that. And we see, I think it's the middle of the night, and we see like Jeff and Walter just snapping awake in bed, and like, kind of both are running out of the house, putting on coats, and Henry's getting out there trying to put on his coat too, and Sophia's crying. Everybody's kind of freaked out. There's this huge noise, and the horses are whinnying and screaming, and we just kind of see them like just staring. There's nothing they can do. Like it's already fallen in,
like
and
the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And it started raining again. Like it's just really, really unpleasant and slippery and cold, and
that is the worst. Yeah.
nobody is happy.
No, nobody's happy.
Nobody's happy.
Great.
Yeah.
Good scene.
So the disaster card says reshuffle. I think
Yes.
that's just this card, or is it all the cards?
No, it's actually all the cards.
Cool.
So recall, shuffle. All right, it is shuffled. The deck is once again full. All the cards are available again. So now joy could be drawn again, etc.
All right.
All right.
So
Done.
Adam, yeah, and I think Adam, after your turn, it will be time for our first break.
Okay.
So
And I will play it. Oh. Play it? Oh, there we go. I have to do that. Okay. Scarcity again.
Great. Going well for our family here.
yeah, this is like hard mode of Oregon Trail.
Okay, yeah, I think maybe it's like a day or two after that. So like it's like getting kind of fitting to our seasons. It's getting close to the end of winter, and they're kind of like assessing all the damage from what just happened. And we see Jeff like walk up to Walter, and he's got like a very dark look on his face. And then Walter is like, "All right, well, give me the damage. What do we got?" And then he's like, "We lost about half the horses. Like they left us like a big hole in the wall that they didn't see the first time or something, and so a lot of the horses just got out.
Oh, they got out. Yeah.
Yeah, like most of their horses are now gone, and
Oh no.
that was like a big. I think maybe it was like the horses were like a pretty big chunk, like not like the majority, but like a pretty decent sized chunk of like their how they keep going.
Yo, yeah.
They probably use them as workhorses too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
if not, I mean, it's probably a huge cost and investment in raising and keeping horses, anyways, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's big.
Yeah. So like
They lost
so
a ton of money.
kind of another scene where it's just them just like looking at the damage again, but now it's like it's even now it's physical damage. Like it was physical damage before, but now it's like
Fiscal damage.
Yeah.
yeah,
Physical and fiscal damage.
physical.
I mean, and you know, it's emotional too, because
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love these horses. I
Your
mean, it's-
livelihood and yeah, yeah, exactly. Did you lose your favorite horse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
that's hard.
yeah.
All those sugar cubes were wasted.
Oh, good scene. Okay.
Change room. So
Yeah,
I guess
how
I'll
does-
draw a hole. So
All the extra little debris.
Yeah, I'm just adding a little bit here.
Yeah.
I'll say like maybe like in this
There's a
stall
hole,
right,
right?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to draw the hole. Oh, the hole's over there. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So there's a breach. Cool.
Yep, that big chunk of purple is the hole.
Yeah, and also Mr. Worst in chat remarks how it was the first hour of the entire show of Once Upon a Game, and there wasn't a single fire truck near me, which is the first time it's ever happened. So that's an achievement. So awesome. Okay, so everybody, thank you so much. We'll be back in another like 6-8 minutes or so, and for more Once Upon a Game where we're playing House of Reeds. So stay tuned.